Well, hey there, everybody, and welcome to Trash People from the Dump. This is our movie review portion of the show. I am Frankie Landfill.
And I'm Gore.
And on this part of the show, we review newish movies we had to rent specifically.
Yeah.
Or movies we see in theater once we
whenever that comes back to, yeah.
So, focusing on new movies. When you see me, new movies. Okay. Today we're talking about two newish movies. The first one is a horror film called 10 Minutes to Midnight.
This one was only $3.99 to rent on like most platforms, so. This one had, did I write down? Caroline Williams, which you probably know from Texas Chaw, Texas Chaw, the famous movie, Texas Chainsaw 2, and she's also in, let's see here, Halloween 2, Hatchet 3, Leprechaun 3, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, too. Which is kind of random.
Yeah, the live action one.
The live action one with, Jim Carrey. I think that's everything I wrote down. I'm sure she was in a lot more than that. She looked very familiar to me, so.
Yep.
But this movie is kind of like a look at how the industry treats women, and especially as they age out of the industry, with a vampire twist.
Yep. So this movie, the main actress, she's a DJ at a radio show station thing. Small station by the looks of it, just a small operation. But she's been doing it for years. And this is her last night.
Yeah.
And
she didn't know that though, going in.
There's a new girl there to take her place. And this is already bad news for the lead actress. But before she even gets into work, she gets attacked and bitten by something that was flying. Ooh. Which is never completely revealed, but come on. It could be rabies. Yeah.
Maybe.
Could have been a flying squirrel.
Yeah, I guess you really don't ever get a clear answer.
Nope.
It's very trippy at points. Like, it gets real weird. It's a pretty short one. I think it's just over an hour long, so it's not real long, which a lot of those type of movies suffer from being way too long, so I appreciate when they're not.
This movie was pretty good, but it was pretty messy. I feel like it didn't flow super well together, and the lead actress, all the acting was really good.
The acting was really good, especially for as low of a budget as I'm assuming this had.
And I know there was like this sense of confusion to like the whole thing, like what's actually going on here, but whether or not you like how they handled that is totally on your tolerance for these kinds of things. This movie was kind of leaves you guessing and confused, and that's kind of
I think that that's the point.
Because you're following her as she's kind of breaking down, not only because of her job, but because she also has rabies or vampirism,
or she's just who knows.
So yeah, there's some bloody good times in this.
Yes, it's very gory at parts.
Some weirdness, some trippiness. It's very strange. I thought this was pretty good. It was well acted. I think I'd probably give it like a B or so. Somewhere.
Trigger warning. It deals with like workplace sexual harassment a little bit. Not a lot, but that is like obviously. I mean, as with most workplaces in general. Unfortunately. But we're working on that, hopefully.
What was your score?
Oh, yeah, okay. I gave it like a B minus, probably.
Yeah.
B minus.
Yeah, that's fair. That's probably about where I put it.
Yeah.
In that range.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess that's all the notes I had for that one. But yeah, it's a quick one. Like if you don't want to rent it, I would recommend checking it out sometime whenever it's like streaming. I bet Netflix or Shudder or somebody will pick it up. Okay, so the next one is Empty Man.
Oh boy.
I felt empty after.
Empty Man is right. So if you're a person who saw The Bye Bye Man and thought it was the greatest film you've ever seen, then you'll probably like The Empty Man. Or if you like movies like The Snowman, that also was kind of dumb and pointless like this one. So,
I put it feels like Bye Bye Man meets It Follows.
Yeah.
But with a whole lot of nonsense.
Yeah, so this has like some familiar horror tropes. It's got a curse type thing that after a certain amount of time gets you.
I get like the rules were never very
because like this. We'll talk about spoilers at the end here.
Yeah, because it's kind of hard not to talk about spoilers.
Because the spoiler for this movie,
but we won't talk
really
about spoilers yet.
It's so stupid. Okay, so the beginning of this movie actually showed some kind of promise. You had these hikers hiking in the mountains somewhere.
I wanted that movie.
Yeah, and a lot of the stuff at the beginning was kind of intense. I liked that, the hiking, and then he fell into a cave, and that was scary. And then there was a weird fucking skeleton monster thing down there. And it's like,
yeah, I forgot
cool.
about.
And then
that would have been a cooler movie.
That's not so much the point of the movie. And then it skips to like just some city and some cop investigating some stuff. Like a girl's been kidnapped
I'm
by
like
a cult.
really bitter now. I'm like I could totally forgot about that. What
But you
fuck?
got to see the monster at the end, and it was cool.
Oh,
They
I guess
didn't
that
show it
is.
for very
Is that
long.
the skeleton of the old?
I think so, but
I guess yeah. That's probably.
it was kind of it was really cool looking, but it was very fast. You didn't get to see it very long. Kind of Cthulhu-y, but
Yeah, their monster design was kind of cool, but yeah, you literally saw it for like maybe a minute.
So okay, this guy falls down the hole and is acting all weird, and his friends kill themselves, and then we jump forward in time to the city, and this detective is looking into this cult that maybe has kidnapped a girl, and this movie is just kind of him walking around confused, and then it's over. There's like,
it is way too long, by the way, too. I think it was over 2 hours long.
there's some cult stuff, sorta. There's
Maybe it
some
wasn't
spooky
even that long.
Rings-ish stuff, sorta. This was not a good movie.
It hardly it had like no scares or anything,
It was just
which
a
is fine.
building
but
tension movie, but the plot was so ridiculous that there was hardly any
yeah.
attention. Yeah, this is bad.
It was $5.99 to rent, so I don't.
I mean, it is one of the cheaper
Suggest
offerings
a-
compared to some of those other ones. It's like $20.
Yeah.
If you really need to see something, I guess you could spend money on this. I've seen worse. It wasn't that bad of a movie. The actor wasn't that bad of an actor, and the rest of the acting wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
And there's some good cinematography, etc., etc.,
Yeah.
etc. But bottom line is
It
the
was
story
just
was stupid and
It's
boring.
Stupid.
Anyways, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, share with your friends and family.
Yes, please. If you have
Especially
a
if
friend
you don't
or
like them.
family member that you think would love our brand of weirdness,
Or hate it.
please share our weirdness with everyone.
And as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Well, hello there, everybody, and welcome to New Movie Reviews with Frankie and Gore, whatever this is. This is probably just tacked on to another episode. So
Yeah.
This is probably actually not the beginning of the episode, but welcome to the end of the episode, where we're gonna review one more movie, which is the brand new.
This could be the first one. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe this is the first one. It'll be a surprise for everybody, especially us. But anyways, we got to see the world premiere of Judas and the Black Messiah.
Yeah, we actually got to see it a little early thanks to our very lovely Hollywood theater. They did a special early screening, free screening for art house film or art house movie theater. Sorry.
Bill was a black man who got arrested for a smaller crime, and they basically told him, "You be our informant for the Black Panthers, or you're gonna go to jail for a long time."
Yeah.
And so this movie was wonderful. It was heartbreaking because if you know history, you know what's coming. This is a rough movie. Very current, very honestly.
It feels
current
too
events,
current,
considering how long ago this took place.
Yeah.
So here you have like the story of a man who is really trying to pave the way and make things better for a lot of people.
For his community.
And violence happened, and he died.
Yeah. By the hands
cops.
of the FBI, no less.
And trying to cover the FBI during that time was notoriously racist, as it probably still is. But back then it was especially bad. Hoover's whole thing was basically to put down black people.
Yeah.
So it's rough to watch this kind of a thing because we still have so much further that we need to go still. A lot of civil rights problems and equality problems are still a huge fucking issue, especially with the new trend. Well, not a new trend, but it's becoming more and more of a thing, is gentrification of areas.
Oh, we just saw it firsthand the other day.
Yeah. It's like there needs to be a way to, I don't know, there just has to be an answer to this that's not kicking all the black families out of the neighborhood.
No, we need to make it so they can stay and have a nice neighborhood.
Because it's not so much like I know how it seems like, well, we're not really kicking out anybody, we're just coming to the neighborhood and doing our life.
If you can't afford to live there, you're kicking them out.
Yeah, the consequence of this is the prices to live there are raised so high that you can't afford to live there anymore if you were originally there. So
we need to make housing more affordable, period, but that's
a whole nother story. We're not a political show.
We try not to be too much.
Our opinions aren't as important to the show itself as it is to our own reality and day-to-day lives.
But it's also important as white people to speak up.
And this movie obviously is very reflective of having opinions and stuff. So I mean, you gotta address those when you watch these things, and address the fact that we've had so many things were stolen and taken from people, and so many people have died for nothing. And when is that gonna stop?
Hopefully
How many more Fred Hamptons do we need murdered in the middle of the night in their sleep, and they're drugged up sleep?
They were sleeping.
Yep. Well, they were drugged up. He was drugged by the informant guy. And spoilers, I guess if you don't know history, this might be a big spoiler. So.
Yeah, spoiler, but I mean, this isn't really about spoilers.
Yeah,
it's just a really important movie to see.
Yeah, and you get to see things from a new perspective if you haven't thought about this kind of thing.
Yeah, I think that's often the time that there's an issue, is we don't see perspectives that are other than our own.
Yep. And even if you're not as interested in a historical kind of thing, this movie is a good
really
crime drama.
Good movie.
Drama thriller. It's the informant undercover thing is pretty intense and scary at parts, and
it's a really well done movie. Fantastic acting. Oh, I should mention too, the main actors. Daniel Kaluuya? I'm so sorry. I cannot say anybody's name.
From Get Out, right?
From Get Out and that's probably the main thing.
I think he was originally on Skins in London.
Oh.
And then wasn't he also in Psychoville?
Oh, he was, yes.
Yeah.
And he was also in Black Mirror. He was in one episode, a really good episode of Black Mirror. He's a
very talented actor. I always enjoy seeing him in things.
And
Same as Lakeith, what's the last name?
Stanfield?
Stanfield, yeah. Lakeith Stanfield has Amazing actor. Sorry to bother
Also
you.
from Get
Also
Out.
from Get Out,
But
yeah.
sorry to bother you. Oh,
Which
I
you
don't
have
think
to
we
see.
ever have done a review of that.
I don't know.
But that movie is fantastic,
Yep,
and if you haven't seen that, I definitely recommend that.
Yeah,
After.
definitely check it
That
out.
would be a fun, maybe palate cleanser. After
Yeah,
this.
honestly.
I mean, it's still
It's still
race
very
relations.
heavy on the social commentary, but in a more
But it's-
abstract, goofy
yeah.
way. So, yeah, a good double feature if you want a nice palate cleanser after watching the heavy-handed and very, very well done and upsetting, because the history is upsetting.
Yeah.
Check out Judas and the Black Messiah.
Yeah. It's in theaters and also streaming on HBO right now.
Yep, yeah.
So.
I can't recommend enough. I thought it was really good.
Yeah.
Wonderful acting, horrific subject matter that needs to be told.
Yeah.
And I hope some people take something from this movie. And the thing too, to look at what this guy was doing. He was uniting all the poor people.
Yeah, it wasn't just the black people. He was able to get all the disfranchised communities
That's why
together.
it was called the Rainbow Coalition, because it was all the colors of the rainbow.
Which is what I say all the time, but that's a whole nother story.
But,
I feel like all of us marginalized people need to rise up together instead of tearing each other down. We need to uplift each other.
Scare people in power, and then shit happens like this. So there's always going to be the struggle, but we'll get through it.
No.
Stay strong. Help out other people. Help out marginalized people.
Yes.
And besides, people of color and other minorities, etc. One thing another group that gets overlooked is people with disabilities.
Yes, and we don't talk about that enough in society at all. But again, we're not trying to be too political. Please don't turn off the channel. We try not to be too political all the time, but it's important to speak up.
I don't think these are super extreme positions.
No, I don't think anybody watching our channel is probably gonna not agree with us.
I know some people think these views are extreme, but I don't know. When you look at the history of this and how things are still systematically broken.
Mm-hmm. All of our systems are horribly broken.
But anyways,
we're just two jackasses.
Check out this movie. It's a good movie. I'd probably give it like an A+.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Really good acting.
Good cinematography, good acting, and just all around really, really a fun. Well, not fun.
Well,
although there is fun part,
fun
like
in
the
way.
director even talked about trying to the beginning at least.
There is a sense of fun with some of the camaraderie and things like that.
Yeah.
And then the oppressive sense of dread starts to overtake the film. It's a good movie. Check it out.
Yep.
And thanks for watching.
And stay tuned possibly for more movie reviews. We have several we're going to watch tomorrow.
There might be some coming right up after this too.
Yeah.
Or before this. I don't know.
I don't know.
Who the fuck knows? Anyways, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and all that jazz. If I haven't said that or already said that, I'm sorry. Anyways, bye-bye. Well, hey there, creepy critters and everybody else new to our show. This is New Movie Reviews with Frankie and Aunt Gore of Trash People from the Dump. And this is our show where we talk about new movies, specifically. Eventually we're going to get to not new movies with me. Those are going to be audience recommendations, though.
Yeah.
Those are the only other movies I'll review besides
new
movies.
If you have a recommendation that you want me and Frankie to review, comment below or contact us on any of our socials. Yep. My link tree is below in the description, so
We recently watched one recommendation that we'll get to in a future video, because we're going to watch a couple recommendations and put them in a whole video thing. Okay, so anyways...
but this one already has probably several movies on it in different outfits.
If this probably isn't even the first video. This might be the second or third one, and if it is, ignore this intro, I guess. So today we're talking about 3 new movies that were available to rent.
One of them you can only do either free or have a subscription to Epix.
Yeah, you can only see...
the other 2 you can just rent.
You can only see Saint Maud, right?
Yeah.
Saint Maud is only available on Epix, which which is not something anybody has. So good luck with that.
Well, we did a 7-day free trial, so
we might look through and see what other kinds of things they have to tell you if it's worth it or not, I guess.
Yeah, we're gonna try and use it up before it's gone, but
if we have time.
Yeah.
But so okay, the 3 movies we watched today, these are all brand new. Both of them are $20 to rent.
Yes.
So keep that in mind. You might want to wait. I thought all these movies are well worth the effort to see them. Just FYI.
Yeah, I definitely think one of them is definitely worth the $20. The other one, I might wait until it's a little cheaper.
So you're probably going to recommend the opposite that I would recommend.
Oh, really?
Because even though I liked one more than the other, I think the first one we're going to talk about has a wider audience of people.
Well, that's true. But I'm personally.
Yeah, personally. Okay. So first up is the new Nicolas Cage film, Willy's Wonderland. This is a Five Nights at Freddy bandwagon film. If you liked, what was that last one? Banana Shakes?
Oh, yes. We love that one. I don't think we did a review or anything for that, but Banana Splits.
Banana Splits, yeah.
That one I feel like was slightly better, maybe? In some ways.
The
puppets are better in this one.
I thought the animatronic creatures looked awesome in this one. Okay, well, real quick, we'll just give you a quick synopsis without spoiling too much. The plot here is Nicolas Cage is driving his fancy-ass car, race car, nice, muscle car out in the middle of nowhere, and hits a spike. Someone lets the spike strip out, and he hits it. And so, as the call tow truck driver gets taken into town, and they don't accept credit cards or anything because it's, middle of nowhere. So, and he doesn't have cash, so he has to work off his debt. So he works off his debt at like this old Chuck E. Cheese, which is like a kid's birthday place.
Well, I mean, it's not Chuck E. Cheese.
I know, but it's a Chuck E. Cheese. It's called Willy's Wonderland in this, but it's Chuck E. Cheese. It's one of those animatronic
or Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah, Five Nights at Freddy's. Well, that's based on the scene.
I know.
But
I know.
Definitely check that. I think
the younger audience.
This was a fun, ridiculous movie, and the weirdest thing about this film, because a lot of people are like, "Dude, Nicolas Cage is gonna be crazy." And he is crazy in this, but he doesn't say a single fucking word, not one. I'm sure he took it as some kind of challenge, or maybe they couldn't afford to pay him.
My joke is he totally said I charge by the word.
Charge by the word. Yeah.
They're
like, we got
okay,
a script for
here you go.
I thought this movie was awesome. It's very silly and kind of dumb, but it's awesome because it knows exactly what it is. This is a you want to see Nicolas Cage beat the shit out of animatronics. This is the movie for you, and it's fun kind of goofy ass movie.
Mm-hmm. The side character, well, I mean, they're the main characters really because they actually have lines.
They talk.
I like all of them. They're pretty decent. The one girl looks familiar. I need to figure out if she's been in anything.
One of the running jokes in this that cracked me up a lot is that he always took his break, even if like monsters were killing the other people. He's like, "Oh, break time." I mean, he doesn't say it, but he always does the same thing on the break. He drinks a beer and plays pinball. And he does that no matter what is going on.
It doesn't matter what's going on.
He goes on break, and that's hilarious. I thought this was a lot of fun.
It was really fun.
It's dumb and cheesy. It's not going to be... Like, some people might find this too stupid or too silly, but I thought this was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's not really scary at all. I mean, I guess if you're a big Five Nights at Freddy fan and that kind of stuff really get you shivering your timbers, this might scare you, but I didn't find this scary. I just thought it was funny and awesome to watch.
Yeah, and like we said, like the puppets were actually pretty cool and very unique, weird, creepy character designs. Very odd. They're all very different from each other. So.
Interesting film. I would definitely say check it out if you're a horror fan. Really, 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 it's probably worth the $20 if you're a Five Nights at Freddy's fan.
Yeah, I mean, it's rough. That's a 20.
For most people, $20
especially if you're just like one individual at home.
$20 is a little stiff for this movie, in my opinion. But if you're big into Five Nights at Freddy's or even into horror movies, it's probably worth the price.
Yeah.
If
not, it'll probably be cheaper pretty soon.
Yeah, it'll probably be streaming or something. I could see Shudder getting something like this. I thought it was awesome though. It was a lot of fun. Overall, I'd give it like a B+, maybe B.
Oh, I wrote down a C afterwards for you.
Know.
But maybe that changed.
Thought about it more.
Thought about it more, yeah.
Because at first I was like,
I gave it a B-.
I have to think about how much I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was fun.
Even though it was I thought it was really stupid. It was so much fun and it was so silly. Entertainment factor pushed it up to a B+ for me. I thought it was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Okay, next is Barb and Star.
Oh my God.
We saw a trailer, and the trailer didn't even do it justice, but we were already excited for it when we saw like the one trailer when we saw Cats, and then COVID happened, so it got pushed back. But now you can, and it is not in theaters. I think this is one of the first ones I've seen where they say specifically it's only streaming.
Honestly,
I kind of appreciate
I don't want to say too much about this until we'll then put spoilers at the end. Because this is if you don't know very much about this movie,
it's probably
the best.
Yeah.
All I can say is that this is a surreal fever dream of a comedy movie. It kind of like encapsulates things like Cabin Boy, or like the feel and mood of I don't know. This is just a really incredible movie that we can't talk too much about till the end.
Yeah.
The actresses, both of them are fucking fantastic.
Hilarious. It's just so weird. If you like weird,
if you like weird,
funny
nonsense, and that everyone just accepts the nonsense like it's normal. This is the movie for you.
It stars and is written by Kristen Wiig and Annie I'm gonna fuck this up. I wrote it. I'm so bad at names.
Mumolo?
Oh God.
Mumolo?
Yeah.
I'm terribly sorry. That's
I'm
probably
so
butchering it.
Sorry.
But honestly, I cannot recommend this movie enough. This might be an A+ movie to me. I'm gonna have to watch it again to cement that opinion, but it's up there high.
Also, if you love Richard Cheese.
Oh yeah, Dick Cheese is in this one. He mostly just sings songs about boobs, but it's funny, it's ridiculous. This movie is so nonsense. And depending on how much you like nonsense, if you don't like nonsense that much, Barb and Star is not for you. Go watch something else.
Yeah, I guess that's all we can say for now.
We'll get to that
We'll
at
do
the
some
end.
spoilers at the very, very end of this video. Okay. Saint Maud.
Saint Maud. This was really good. I actually was pretty surprised by this. I didn't have super high hopes. The commercials look spooky, but like, I don't know if I didn't pay attention because I tried to.
I don't feel like the commercials.
No, did it justice maybe.
Yeah.
This is
but
definitely.
But again, it was like a whole year ago.
I mean, the central concept to this movie is that there's this girl who had something traumatic kind of happen in the past, and is now like a super devout Christian, like way over the top.
Yeah. Trigger warnings: self-harm and rape.
Yeah.
So
this is a rough watch.
It is not a fun watch.
But the main character, she is a hospice nurse and goes to people's houses when they're dying and takes care of them.
Mm-hmm.
And the main person she's taking care of is a very open atheist.
Yeah.
And
I think she's a celebrity too, or something like that.
Openly mocks the main girl for her convictions and tries to break her convictions. Yes. And then of course, the whole time it's like, you see that this is also a very queer film.
Mm-hmm.
The main girl is obviously struggling with her sexual desires towards women and her faith, and that's kind of like the basis of this movie. Is kind of like how she doesn't handle that well at all.
Mm-hmm.
I thought this was really well acted. It had some disturbing scenes. It might be a little too artsy-fartsy for some people, but I thought it was excellent. I really enjoyed it.
It was written and directed by Rose Glass, and this was her first feature film.
Yeah, well, I look forward to more.
Yeah, I definitely want to see more from her.
This was excellent, and just the right amount of trippy. It had a little bit of trippiness to it.
Yeah,
and at the end,
it gets real crazy at the end.
At the end, you're left kind of wondering if
what happened.
What happened exactly? Was what you saw what happened,
or was it all in her mind?
It just her breakdown into this religious fantasy almost. It's really good. I really recommend this one. It's a little hard to see, but if you want to just get the free trial, watch the movie, and then get rid of it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's on Epic, so.
Yeah. I thought St. Maud was great. I'd probably give it an A. Maybe an A-.
Yeah, I didn't write down a score, but yeah, definitely like an A, yeah. But do be forewarned that like if slow burns are a little rough for you, it is a little bit of a slow burn, but stuff happens, so it's not too much.
Yeah, if you don't like slow burn movies, this one's not for you. It's not like one of the driest slow burns I've seen,
No.
but it is pretty slow. So yeah, it caught our attention though. I enjoyed it. I thought it was really the acting and the cinematography and the music. I thought it was all really well done. The way it was shot was great. So check it out.
Okay, now
spoilers.
If you don't want spoilers for Barb and Star, please go away. And then come back and watch.
And if there's other spoilers on those other videos, they're probably gonna be now too.
Yeah.
Like if there were spoilers on the first two sections.
I don't remember if we did any spoilers or not.
But if they are, this is also where those spoilers will be. There'll be like a cut, and then they'll see that video of us spoiling those other movies. I can't remember if that's a lie. Surprise. There's nothing extra. Okay, anyways, spoilers. So, Barb and Star, what they kept under wraps is that this is like a spy crime caper parody. It's like, it kind of reminds me of like the silliness and bizarrety of Austin Powers, except like a completely different feel.
Yeah.
Because you have the spy caper.
It's more weird and surreal than...
definitely, I would say so. Like, there's characters that break out in a song, but it's not like...
Oh yeah, music. There's lots of musical parts that are just random.
The main guy has this song that's fucking hilarious. And now I'm climbing up a tree like a cheetah. It's really silly.
Oh yeah, Christian Grey is in this. Well,
yeah, and he should do more comedies.
And yes, he was fantastic in a comedic role. I really enjoyed that.
It was fun seeing it. The whole concept is like Barb and Star, these awkward best friends,
middle-aged
women that
who just got fired from their jobs.
Yep, and so
at a crossroads.
And they get into trouble with their friends that don't want to hang out with them anymore. So they end up taking a vacation to this tropical resort, and while there, they get caught up in a love triangle with this gentleman who's also involved with a crime syndicate, getting ready to use mosquitoes to kill everybody.
You know, it's kind of like Dumb and Dumber too.
Yeah, for sure. It's this wonderful screwball comedy with surreal, avant-garde kind of stuff thrown in. I thought this was really fun. There's a lot of quick inside jokes or like references to other there's a lot of pop culture jokes.
There's a lot of really quick rapid.
But it's not like in your face pop culture jokes. It's just like quick, and sometimes
it's like Airplane.
What? Yeah, it did. It really reminded me of Airplane and the kind of comedy, the dry one-liner kind of comedy. It was hilarious. I cannot recommend it enough. We were all just laughing our asses off. It was so funny.
I think your dong went all the way up inside, and it touched
my heart. Your dong went so far inside me, it touched me in my heart.
There's a Morgan Freeman talking crab that gives
Morgan
her
Freeman
advice.
Crab. And he has like this sad kind of long monologue about being done. When
their lives flash before their eyes, there's a random like Kermit on the bike.
Yeah, they like towards the end there, they think
and
they're
all
dying.
Kinds of like other random.
And this movie is so like, the jokes are just so goofy. This is very silly, very surreal.
It's also kind of like a rom-com, so this would also be fantastic for Valentine's Day or
I would
after.
say so for sure. But anyways, I think that's all we gotta say.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Like, subscribe, and all that jazz. And this should be the end. If there's more, double check that the video doesn't have like a minute left, because there might be more. If there's not, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Okay, here's some spoilers.
Yes, warning spoilers.
This morning we're going to talk spoilers right now, so get the fuck out.
Thanks for watching, like, subscribe, all that jazz.
Okay, spoilers. Here it is now. So, the end of the movie, it turns out the main guy is not a real person. It's just some kind of thing that the cultists have created so the empty man can inhabit this body and live a real life or something. That's like the thing. It needs a shell, so they make a fake person with some.
Yeah, so like the guy we've been following all
isn't a
along,
real
I guess
person.
none of his memories or anything are
All implanted.
real, like.
It's like Blade Runner, except stupid as fuck.
But like, if you made him and just like some of the choices didn't make any sense.
Yeah, like why?
I don't get it. Why?
You made a person out of nothing. Shouldn't that be the more incredible thing happening here? I mean, you've wished a man into existence.
Yeah, let's focus more on that than just.
Like what? I guess he was the empty man, waiting to be filled by the empty man.
And this movie was very empty.
But what the beginning of the movie had to do with the end is that the reason why all this shit was starting in this town is because one of the hikers that fell in the hole in the first place was still alive, and so the empty man was inside him because he was dying in the hospital.
He brought it with him.
So they needed a new body to put it in. So they wished a man into existence.
Yeah, because okay, but how? Guess we're not gonna give you any of the fun, interesting part of the story. We're just gonna give you all the boring parts.
This movie gets a D from me. It wasn't badly
I
filmed.
put down a C, but honestly, it probably deserves a D. It was as bad as Bye Bye. Well, almost as bad as Bye Bye Man.
The reason why I like Bye Bye Man is more entertainingly stupid than this was. This was just boring.
Someday we need to talk about Bye Bye Man, because man, just the one part just cracks me up.
The whole movie is just so stupid.
That's another video.
But that is at least entertaining stupid. Like I enjoyed watching Bye Bye Man.
Yeah, this was just boring.
Some of my favorite movies are really bad movies. Bye Bye Man's great. Incarnate is probably my favorite.
Yeah, we'll have to do a video about all of our favorite really bad. Yeah, modern movies.
But this movie gets the cardinal sin of not being fun to watch.
It really was just so boring. I don't recommend it.
Nope.
I mean, no, just don't.
Unless you're a person who literally likes to watch paint dry and thinks that's spooky, then this movie's for you.